So, my brother-in-law, who's in Alaska, had texted earlier to the text group for us, asking if somebody would shovel out under the stairs. And apparently the snowplow would come down the street and shoved it all up there. So he sent that to the text group that I'm part of, and I'm like, no problem. I'll get right on that.
Are you headed there right after?
I'm heading up there right after Taco Bell.
We don't have that problem. Although we had a rainy day yesterday, but
did.
it's like, what is it? It's.
We had a freeze warning this morning.
Yeah, no kidding. It was kind of cold for us, but we're at like in the 50s right now here.
Yeah,
the sun is shining. Yeah, freeze warning.
The breeze is chilly. I went out to go. I was like, "Oh, freeze warning! I better go check it outside." So I went outside. I'm like, "The only thing I got to do is pee now."
Yeah, no, that's pretty much a freeze warning here in Phoenix is a summer day.
Yeah.
In some parts of the country.
Right. Well, yesterday I had gone to the store and then I was unloading stuff from the car, and that big wind was coming up and everything, and it was really chilling out, and the clouds were in. It was starting to drip. I'm like, Why are we having an August day in San Francisco here in the middle of February?
Yeah. No matter what, too. I mean, it can be a cool day, but when that yellow guy up there, I call him a different name, but just to let you know, they're watching. So
You mean the sun? I hope it's the sun. Is it raw? It's raw, isn't it?
It's raw. Yeah, the sun burns the skin still.
Yes,
it still burns.
Well, you
the skin.
didn't put the lotion on.
I didn't put
it puts the lotion on.
It puts the lotion on and puts it in the basket. Oh gosh, we're going all over the place. Well, you know what? Hey, we happen to have the actual. Remember this?
Yes.
We've got the stapler. We've got the kits. We've got the camera, the mic, and the BG, and the Luka.
Together.
And there's no split. Yeah. Look at this. Watch. I can actually touch you.
Oh, okay. Pause. I didn't bring my wipes.
Makeup! We're in studio. We haven't done this in a while.
No, this has probably been a year.
It probably has been a year.
It's probably been a year.
Yeah, and this is fun. This is fun. How neat is this?
The city
I'm
of
excited.
Phoenix tried everything they could do to try and keep me from getting here by tearing up roads and all kinds of stuff.
Were they lobbing those bombs? I'm talking like those round black bombs with the wick on them. Were they lobbing those that said Acme on them? Were they throwing those at you too?
Darn near. There's actually, I got to take a picture of this and send it to you, but there's actually a comic book shop near my house that has one of those big giant bomb things. And it's signed by Adam West because it was a prop from the original 1966 Batman movie.
Goodness.
You know the saying, some days you can't just get rid of a bomb. He's running all over the pier.
I remember that. That's actually, somebody's got that on like one of the TikToks or the reels on Facebook or something. I recently saw that. It's funny. He's just running, trying to find a place to get rid of the bomb.
That's how.
Is it that one?
That's that one. Yeah.
I have to travel out there to see. I have to look at it.
That's how up on things we are. What's the TikToks?
The TikToks.
I joined the Twitter recently.
Oh, really?
Just to say, hey, I'm on the Twitter. And then the first thing I did, I said, you can block users on Twitter.
Oh, yeah?
I'm like, cool. I don't know anybody on Twitter yet, but I'm going to go block Elon Musk.
Oh!
And I felt so empowered.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Did you block me? I'm not on Twitter, so it doesn't matter. I am on Instagram, and I'm trying to figure out how to start using that.
Oh, we'll have a lesson.
Anybody have a suggestion? Send it to BG.
Help, I need a teenager. For tech support.
Yes.
We can help you.
So might as well kick it off. We've been gabbing. And, this is BG.
And that is Luka C.
And we are the model car guys.
The model car Muppets. On the YouTubes.
That's neat. We're doing this. And there's our friend Mark. We'll wave to him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He waved back.
Mark pushed his glasses up with one finger.
And here comes the program director. Uh-oh. Boy, it's just, we're all in studio today.
We need to have intro music for him.
Yeah. We'll have to find something, huh?
Yeah, or maybe something from a horror movie, like...
or just a Dun dun dun! I got one of those.
I'm thinking the Psychos.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. We'll work on that.
Whatever we can get for free.
Yeah, free. I like free. Can you tell? Are we cutting the top of your head off?
It wouldn't be the first time. There's family portraits of me that are all from like this.
I did it in the last video for the Model Car Mafia.
I noticed that. I actually watched it. I enjoyed it greatly.
Oh, good.
Mostly because it featured me.
Lots of you.
There was a lot of me in there. I was making up for the one before too.
Yeah, and that kind of what prompted us to, dude, we got to get together. There is a thing about, we're going to definitely try to do this a little more. I mean, we'll still do it our other way.
Yeah,
but I and everybody has been really positive.
Well, if we film twice a month, once here, once there.
Yeah, we could do that. We're going to do that.
It's just harder to get tacos when we're at home.
I can get it.
Here, Felix. Jeez.
Wrong cup. Very cold coffee.
Oh, that's all right. You're good.
Like 2 hours cold.
So we have a list of topics that were submitted by our friend
Deuce Coop. Where's he from? He's from over there, isn't he?
He's from the Scotlands.
He's Scottish.
Not that Scott. That's Scottish from Star Trek.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Don't want to be doing him a disservice.
I don't want to do that to him.
But yeah, he gave us quite the list of stuff.
Yes, he did.
Number 1, car modeling pet peeves, i.e. molded in exhaust. Well, that's my answer. Moving on.
He's got best car movies for inspiration. We kind of did that once.
Oh, you got to read the dots. That adds drama. Dot.
Dot. Oh, we put 4 dots.
Dot. There you go. Car modeling Hall of Fame. Oh, I need clarification on that one.
Well, we kind of have one, but it's not officially a Hall of Fame. But it's that internet. Yeah, the International Model Car Building Guys museum thing up there. Hopefully, with this year in a couple of months being the last.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in May.
GSL, Greater Salt Lake Show, which is the end of an era. I wonder what Mark Gustafson is going to do with that.
That'd be interesting, though, because there is sort of a museum there, isn't there?
It is, and it's a very cool museum, and it's a very respected museum, and it's something. I mean, he started it in the '80s.
And people have built stuff to put in the museum, right?
Oh, well, they've built stuff, and then they've built stuff. Well, all kinds of things. I mean, I've sent stuff to the museum. All the products through the years, they've got, like, even some of my old resin casting companies, there's my old product is displayed. Somebody did. I didn't send it to them. But, like, shows that I did in the past in this town, I sent him shirts, an official shirt, and, like, some leftover awards and stuff.
Oh, that's
cool. So people do that. And there's all kinds of stuff about the hobby. But then, of course, a lot of the models that made impact on the hobby over the few years. Felix is working really hard backstage here.
He's hammering together a new set.
Yeah, he's not happy with this. Anyway, so there's these people, after they've had their model go through its run of the shows, they would donate it to the museum.
So it's a lot like the show car circuit.
Very much.
That's fascinating. I did not know that was how that kind of thing operated.
Oh, it is. It's really cool. So that's kind of like and the who's are represented there.
That's a Dr. Seuss show. Who's. All right. And so who's done the most for the hobby in the last 25 years?
Well, that would be me. So anyways, move along.
And then 15 cars that have 15 cars that hasn't come out in styrene but need to. Number 1, the Tucker Torpedo.
I have to agree with that. Okay. I mean, there was a die cast done of it once, and somebody made it into a resin. But yeah, that needs to happen.
So there's that, and then my second choice would be the Corvette from Corvette Summer. Now we know that there are 3D files for that kind of a thing.
Yes.
The aspect ratio of it looks a little different, looks a little narrow for its length.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, because you want the decals and you want
it's really like an actual kit to come out.
Yeah, you want the Mark Hamill figure to put in there.
Absolutely, got to have a Mark Hamill figure. And how about Annie Potts?
Oh yeah, I'll take an Annie Potts figure any day. She'd probably come life size too.
Annie Potts from back then, or not?
From back then.
Not to, hey.
That's what against Annie Potts.
Yeah, she held up well. She was in that
if
movie
you're
you just
watching.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. We love you.
Yes.
You did a great job in Afterlife, by the way. Thank you very much for lending it to me for a year and a half. I finally gave it back to him.
Thank you for lending me this disc here that I never watched.
Yes, well, we work hard. I don't know what that meant. So one car I know I've been wishing for forever and ever and ever and a day and a half is a model of any of the GM Colonnade cars.
Colonnade cars?
Yeah, of the like the Malibu line. More.
Oh, okay.
Malibu and the Cutlass of the 70s.
Yes. Oh, gosh.
And I know there was one done by
Johan.
And there was a ton of NASCAR versions, but to have like mainly if they did, the 75, 76 Laguna would be great. But just a regular Chevelle too, or Malibu from 73 is one of my favorites. They did a 73 Chevelle SS.
I actually owned a 76 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme.
Oh, niceness.
And I had it for 3 weeks. And the transmission went out. And I spent all my money on buying the car. So we ended up having one of those big yard sale things where the whole neighborhood, it's pretty much everybody goes outside, puts stuff in their front yard, and it all just switches houses.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So my dad moved the car out from in front of the house so people could park there, and he took it down to the grade school, and he was there for forever, and then he comes walking back up the street carrying the case of oil that was in the trunk. Because it needed oil all the time. And I'm like, what happened to the car? He goes, I sold it. So I was like, okay, great. He goes, I pull in the parking lot. 2 guys pull up next to me and go, hey, how much you want for that? So my dad told him. They're like, I take cash. Okay, great. And they drove off in the car. And he carried stuff in the trunk home.
Incredible. That's an easy car sale.
That was an easy car sale.
With the bad transmission?
Yeah. He told them about it. And they're like, oh, we don't care. Okay.
Those cars back then were easy to deal with.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I had another $1,000, I could have had a new engine and transmission put in that thing.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But also back then, those cars were not desirable.
No, they weren't. Because
you could buy them for $300.
We're talking 1990, right?
Oh yeah, those things were at the dirt tracks getting slammed to pieces.
And people wanted the mini trucks. Well, in California, they wanted mini trucks and the Honda Preludes. Right?
Oh, yeah, Honda Preludes, yes.
And nowadays they want the Honda Preludes and the gigantic pickup trucks. Anyway, continuing on.
Wow. Where were we? 15. Okay. Number 6. This will be the last one.
Yeah.
Tools.
Or why there's no knives and paintbrushes for those that are left-handed. Well, Deuce, I'm going to call you Deuce if that's okay. Right. My father was left-handed. Yes. My father was left-handed, and my mom had gotten him for his birthday as kind of a gag gift, a pair of left-handed scissors. And he could not use them.
Really?
Yeah, because he spent his entire life trying to learn how to use right-handed scissors, And it was the funniest thing because not being right-handed and he had to cut something, that guy could cut paper better than anything. I think that's why my mom
because he worked hard at it. Because he
worked hard. You're not like
and he did it with his right hand.
He did it with his right hand. Yeah, but she got him a pair of left-handed scissors, and he was like,
you remember back in grade school and back in the days, like
a lot of fun
for me, 70s, they were actually metal too. They eventually started, rounding the end off, because.
That was your generation ruined it for my generation.
Yeah, but I remember there would always be these scissors that would say "left" on them for the left-handed kid, and I would always end up with them, and I was like, "Why is my paper just folding?"
I recall we had the ones that were dipped in the red tool dip.
Oh right? Yeah,
for the finger holes, which looked like a gigantic mouse if you turned them upside down.
Yeah,
and then there was the odd one that they were dipped in blue. And I remember thinking the blue ones are cool because they're not like all the other ones. I want to get the pair of the blue ones. The teacher's, oh, that's left-handed scissors. I'm like, oh, okay.
Jealous.
Yeah, because our generation couldn't read. They couldn't read the stamped on left-handed only.
Yeah, I can understand that. Your generation.
Everything looks like a L, anyways, right?
You were still in grade school when the 80s rolled around.
Yes.
Okay.
I was 20, but I was still in grade school.
Hey, but at least you made it.
Yeah, we'll just stick with that. It was more of like an advancement program.
Okay. Well, that's 6 really great ideas. Well, okay. Let's go to Andy's.
Okay.
Well, we can't. I mean, do we talk about all this stuff, or we make shows out of them?
I think we should pick topic by topic and just go in as in depth as we get on this kind of stuff, and then we can let the comments correct us in the future.
Okay.
So, future commenters, I like to say thank you in advance.
Oh, I like it.
You're welcome.
Let's do that. Okay. Well, let's do it. This first one right here. Then, car modeling pet peeves, and
okay.
He already fired it off with his pet peeve, molded exhaust.
Yes, and that is probably a big one. That's definitely a big one.
Yeah.
Mine would be stuff that's molded in red or orange.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the formulation is of that kind of stuff, but the plastic always seems like it's extremely brittle, like this dude.
Yeah.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
And then when the solvent ate through the paint, the primer, and got down into that plastic just went blah, you know?
Yeah, it threw up on itself.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I can see that. I got a pet peeve.
Wow,
I don't know. I don't know how
an analogy for throwing up on yourself that was just going to get us all sorts of comments.
Well, you could always throw it out there, and I could cut it out. Not going to do it?
Not going to do it.
Okay. You're saving the show. All right. Well, I have this thing, pet peeves. I got pet peeves. This could be, I don't know. It's not a slide on any manufacturers on account of there's no other way of doing it. But my pet peeve is blowing it off. It's like I have to correct this on every model I build. And even if I'm building one that's just going to, maybe I'll let it slide if it's something I just want to throw on the shelf that nobody will ever see. But I like to show all my models. Mm-hmm. I don't care how, even if it's a slammer, is parting lines and ejector pin marks. And if I can't get those gone, like I did a video about it.
Right.
Ooh, you beat me.
I read the script.
That thing where I had this ghosting, no matter, and I know what I did wrong on that, and I was kind of rushing, but it literally killed the model for me, and I put it back in the box.
I remember that. I actually watched that.
No way.
I did watch it. Yes.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I wanted to know what this whole ghosting thing was.
Oh, yeah, because that's pretty much kind of sort of what happened to that right there.
Yeah, totally.
Ghosting sucks. But
car is haunted.
Yeah, but yeah, I gotta, especially like, I build a lot of race cars and you got roll cages is the worst. But
cleaning up
you know that I'll sit
tubes.
there, I'll use that for build sessions is that's when I'm just sitting here and he knows because I come over to his house for build sessions and you have like little
curly cues
all over the place
yep.
of because I just take my little hobby knife and I just and that's how I get rid of them going down the round.
Yeah,
just of the cylinder.
Cleaning up. I think that's one of the reasons why I stayed away from NASCAR kits when I was younger. Was just cleaning up all those tubes and rods and stuff like that. All the round pieces, because I'm like, there's no way I can keep this round. And a lot of those kits, a lot of them weren't round in the first place. Yeah,
that's for sure. I've actually gotten to where I'm really good at not only keeping them round, but if they're not round, I can get them round.
Oh, that's nice.
By just this, I got this technique.
Yep, it's whittle it right down to a thickness of a human hair.
Whatever it takes. And then you paint it, and then a parting line shows. It ghosts.
Yes, that's true. It's right along the top.
Yeah,
right along the top
definitely. All right.
Well, I have one I would like to add.
Add away.
So
I'm all for
the
it.
pet peeve that I have now that we've addressed the other ones is whatever the hell Revell or Monogram had done in the engine bay of the 70 Plymouth.
Oh, you still can't let that go, huh?
Stretched out.
They did that on all
everybody
their
who's
models.
building that kit right now for the USAC build is doing a killer job of fixing that. I mean,
I think everybody's cutting it out.
My friend Rick Scott.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen his latest video yet, but he actually cut that all out on the inside there, and he's fabricating his own
I think Chucky
engine
did
bay
that.
stuff too.
Chucky did that.
And and Chuck's killing it too. But I'm like, I watched Rick Scott's video last night. I'm like, oh man, he's doing a gasser. It's all gloss black. I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. He's like, oh, I have it done this weekend. I'm like, oh, you bastard.
You know what? Actually, just the day of the taping is 1 month from today.
That's right.
It's the 15th. The 15th of next month.
We like to say
done.
As of recording.
Because
nobody tapes in anymore.
No. As of recording. Yes, so I got to get
Date
on the
of recording.
stick. I got to get on the stick.
I got to get on that too. I need.
I don't know if mine's going to exactly turn out the way I originally said because I might have to speed it up a bit.
I can guarantee that mine is not going to turn out the way I said. Yeah.
But I am going to have it done.
Anyway.
By hook or by crook. Moving to the next one. Movie cars, right?
Yes, movie cars.
Sorry, very thirsty.
Okay, so I did do a little bit of research while I was stuck in traffic, and
that's good. That's what you do when you're stuck in traffic.
Yeah, I do research.
How about when you're driving? How about when you're driving? Do you still?
I do the TikTok when I'm driving.
Oh, okay. Good thing.
You know, I look at my watch and go, "Oh, I'm running late." So, best car movies. Now, that depends on what kind of genre you want. I mean, are you a NASCAR guy? Are you an F1 guy? Are you a Le Mans guy? Or Le Mans?
Le Mans.
Le Mans. Are you a muscle car guy?
That's one that can take up all. And we actually did it.
Are you a guy who likes pretty cars but just want to see them absolutely destroyed? Then the entire Fast and Furious franchise is for you.
Mm-hmm. You know, and then I've seen where guys will do a movie car that was like in the movie for like a half a second or something.
Yeah. Well,
background stuff.
That's the thing is.
Like I'm actually working on a background one.
You're working on the background one? Just half of the car?
No, it's all good. Actually, I'm taking it farther, but go on. I'll tell you.
You know, if we just did like the driver's side halves of most of our models, we'd be done in half the time.
You know, I knew of guys that actually made movie cars like the way they actually are, like half the car is a trailer being pulled.
Oh, perfect.
With
That's really cool. I used to follow a channel that was out of England, a guy that would build large scale stuff, and he'd always do diorama stuff, and he did the gigantic scale. I almost said Millennium Falcon, General Lee.
Oh yeah.
Doing its famous leap from the first episode that they used in the subsequent
all the
opening
time.
shots. Yeah. So he did the car jumping, and he actually had fabricated figures to put inside there and stuff, made figures to put inside it. And then he had this acrylic rod coming out of the back of the car, and he built it with the suspension hanging down. You know, not a lot of people think about having the suspension hanging down when the car's in mid-leap. But he did all the gravel and dirt stuff coming off the back of it and everything, which looked really cool. Oh,
nice.
But if you turn the model to the side and looked at the passenger side, you saw the camera stuck to the side of the car that you never see in the shot.
Oh, that's right, because there's that you see the
yeah. Well, the I keep saying the General Lee's coming in. Nosing in, and I swear to God, the first time I ever saw footage from a smart bomb from the Iraq War, I'm like, that looks like the opening of the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh my God!
Because I think this was nose plant, you know.
Yeah.
But perhaps you've seen the show, and you may know of what I speak.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. Yeah, you know, a movie car. You know, my movie cars that inspire me lots of times are racing ones, and I've talked about this and you know this, Days of Thunder fan. And the funny thing about the Days of Thunder, like I built the City Chevrolet and I want to build it again. That's like my favorite stock car paint job ever. I just love it. But I was actually, when they started shooting that movie and all the race scenes, I was at the first race that they shot usable footage. They did it once, it didn't work out, but the first race was the Phoenix race in '89. Now, I heard about a movie being done.
So they filmed out here at PIR?
Yeah, and when I got there, and they actually got an award from Paramount or who? No, not Paramount, but the whatever Panavision. I think it was Panavision gave them an award for the most used cameras, because of course they rent it from them, and they made a lot of money. So it's like, you guys are getting an award too, because you rent. It's the biggest paycheck we got. And so anyways, I remember showing up to the track, and there was these big box trucks with Paramount on the side, and I noticed the cameras around. And I had heard it, and there was a thing in the paper about it, and Tom Cruise came to town to shoot some scenes in Pit Row, like on a Saturday, and me, I can't put two and two together, because I'm,
Nothing in the noggin.
Nothing in the noggin. And I get there, and I don't even think about it. I figure they're just shooting. I even had a friend of mine that where he worked, his office building was next to a hotel, and he said there was a couple of cup cars sitting there in the parking lot that they were kind of doing some work and riggings on, and he went and talked to them, and the thing was, they were two different teams, but there was one trailer, and they were like, he goes, what the heck? He goes, no, these aren't the actual cars, they're shooting a movie, and we're taking, one was the Purelator car, and there was another one, and I think he took a snapshot of it.
Were they like background cars for them?
Yeah, they're ones that, because whenever you see the close-up race scenes, those were all setups, that's not actual in the racing, and they had a rigged up El Camino that was on a cup car chassis. It had all these, which Mark Batson wants to build a model of this.
Oh.
It's really very hard to find pictures, and I think I have some. If I do, there's a picture of it, but maybe not. Anyways, they would drive, and they were getting up to race speeds. They used real race cars, but they would paint them like the
hero car.
Well, not just the hero car, but it was a bunch of cars that they would paint up like actual teams from that era.
Oh, okay.
So it would look kind of correct, or real. They tried to stay authentic.
Sort of like the movie cars, where the cars in the background sort of look like the real NASCAR type vehicle.
Exactly.
Livery style.
Yeah, because they bought up.
Just not for copyright issues.
Yeah, they bought up every used race car in North Carolina in 1989. To skin them, or if they didn't need to skin them. That's why some of them were like, that's the kind of the wrong body on that car to be painted like the Martin's Folgers car. It would be on an older Thunderbird, but whatever. It was just to get the look. So they needed to use real race cars because they needed to get up to race speeds to get the look, but it wouldn't be during the race. They would do this. They were doing that earlier on.
See, that's awesome. And if it was made nowadays, they would have done a lot of CGI.
Oh yeah, that would get
and then the cars, the actual shots of the car wouldn't go over 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
But they do all this crappy camera work stuff
and to me it doesn't. That's why, to me, I think Days of Thunder is some of the best shot race scenes ever. Because they really wanted to be very accurate in that portrayal. So
the movie,
so they used actual cars.
Movie Le Mans was.
Oh yeah, well that's a whole.
Cinematographically was stunning.
That was at a whole nother level because they literally
That was the 2001 Space Odyssey of science fiction movies.
Yeah.
Of
racing movies. Yeah.
You know what I meant.
I kind of did. I'm just making it clear for them out there. They're right now going, what the hell is he?
Thanks for yelling at the screen. It really helps. That's actually something I'll touch back on about the molded in color thing. We know that model manufacturers want to make stuff a little easier for the entry-level modeler. So they'll do stuff like Del Silvino's kit, this guy right here, molded in a couple different colors, right? So you can just decal it and away you go. So we understand that that's something that model manufacturers do to try and help entry-level modelers and stuff like that. But for us other guys, we're like, oh,
we like it.
Why did you have to do it like that?
Yeah, kind of. The upshot of that is chemistry's a little different. I know that the guys in Salvino's went a different direction with coloring their styrene, and they use a pigment, not a dye anymore. So it doesn't. I did a video on that too. It doesn't bleed through.
Good. Glad to hear that.
As far as you know.
As far as I know, so far.
Yeah. Which I'm so glad. By the way, on another offshoot, I'm so glad you're going to be building that model right there. Just saying.
So, I hear you ask out loud, what movie would you choose? Well, I was actually going back through my movie library.
The next one is
in my brain.
Do you have a brain?
Yes, and I was thinking about the movie Need for Speed that came out in 2015 or some jazz.
Yeah.
Because that had a lot of awesome hypercars.
Yes.
Some of them were even illegal in the United States still today.
Awesome.
But they got to drive them on streets and stuff and all kinds of fun things. And they, a couple of cars got smashed up a little bit. It happens. But it was still a race across the country, Smokey and the Bandit style.
Heck yeah.
Fun as hell. Not a whole lot of human being stuff. A lot more car stuff, which is why you watch a car movie. If you want to go see fleshy stuff, go watch a Transformers movie.
You hear that Hollywood make car movies and just make them car movies.
If you want to watch a movie with a lot of people running around, watch a Transformers movie because they have too many people running around. Damn! Michael Bay, I'm looking at you. But
thank goodness we're influential.
Oh, yeah, Michael Bay's calling now already.
Oh, jeez.
Send that to the... All right. And now, for our next topic. Who's done the most for the hobby in the last 25 years?
Wow.
I'm going to say, and it's kind of an ethereal thing, right? And you'll have to look that up.
Let's see.
But I'm going to say YouTube.
Oh my goodness, that is excellent.
I'm going to say YouTube. If you are a model car enthusiast and you're just kind of rooting around online for something to do with model cars, YouTube is the place to go because there are... I think I have about 800 subscriptions right now and mostly they're mostly model car channels. You don't want to talk to him. Nobody watches his crap.
Yeah. Chucky's calling me. You continue on. I'm going to text him saying, "Leave me alone."
So I was thinking that YouTube has done a lot in the last 25 years.
Are you there? Oh, jeez.
He answered the phone anyway.
Hold on. You're live. We're filming. I can't get this thing to work though. Trying to get you on speaker since
Who are you filming with?
BG and I are shooting the model car guys, and you're on now.
Oh, what's up, guys?
What's up,
we got Chucky from Chuck's Hobby Spot. I was really trying to hang up on you, but I guess things never work out.
I actually said don't answer that. Nobody watches this crap.
Yeah.
But I watch this crap, so.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
Sure. How you doing? We're going over some things. Might as well ask you this.
Well, wait a second. Are you busy right now? Are you in a safe place?
I'm in a safe place.
Okay, good. You're not in an accident or anything, calling for help?
No, not yet.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. Well, we're discussing these. You'll just watch the video. You'll see. But just for your sake,
Answer yes or no?
No. Maybe. But the question right now is who's done the most for the hobby in the last 25 years? And BG was in the middle of talking about.
YouTube.
YouTube is what is the who that's done the most for the hobby in the past 25 years.
Right.
Now,
I mean, shows. You get to advertise your shows. Being at shows.
It's a big part.
Yeah, so I think YouTube has a big part in all of that stuff.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
of how easily accessed it is by the entire world.
Yeah.
And possibly even space aliens coming out of Alaska.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
Do you know there's probably some guy up in Canada right now that is really mad that the U.S. Air Force keeps shooting down his Grubhub order.
Oh, good one.
I'm just saying.
It's sliding into contemporary or what's going on or current events or whatever.
As of recording.
So, since we got you, Chuck, what's your opinion? By the way, are you finished?
I'm done.
With your point? Good.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I don't even remember what he was talking about. So, who's done the most for the hobby in the last 24 years, and you can't say yourself?
Well, I mean, besides myself.
Okay.
We're not talking people. We're talking social media.
Well, we can talk people.
People are good. I mean, they make up most of the world, anyways.
Yeah, it could be people.
I mean, I do think that there is individuals that have, but I really think that.
There,
I mean, that's my opinion.
You want to know something? The phone completely sun-spotted right out when you said
perfect.
Who you think or what it was. So you have to repeat that.
Besides people that have influenced me, I would have to say it's social media. Probably Facebook being number one, and then number two, probably YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, BG's not too happy with you right now, but that's okay. We can accept that.
But I would say that I've learned more things on YouTube than anywhere else. When I first started doing the hobby, I basically was on my phone for just Googling things and watching it on YouTube videos and forums. And that's another place, forums.
Yeah, remember the old forums.
Forums, yeah. Boy, that had... Wow, that's the best way to say this. That was the little kernel, the seed of what has happened to everything else on social media where people don't agree.
Yeah.
It all started on forums and bulletin boards.
Yes.
And it never got better.
But I remember a time when I was reading every forum, everything about painting for 4 hours every day. And then I'd go try it and I'd mess up and I'd try it again and I'd mess up. I'd have thousands of dollars into just learning how to paint. And finally, it all clicked. But yeah, I'd say forums and social media, stuff like that is how I learned how to do everything. YouTube being a big one because I was able to watch videos. So
that's an excellent point, because a lot of people who do how to and tip videos and stuff like that, they'll take the time to show you. Maybe it's 5 minutes long, but they'll take the time to show you. This is how you apply this. This is how you do this. This is what you're looking for. This isn't what, so you can actually see the consistency of the paint, and you can get that mental picture of what you're looking for when you're painting, and then even how to strip paint off of stuff.
Yes.
People.
Chucky knows about that.
You can write an entire article about how to strip paint off of something, but until you see what you need to know,
yes.
Take the car out before this part melts off, that kind of a thing.
Oh yeah.
or polishing clear coats.
What's crazy though is you guys are hitting on this, but I want to show. I've been wanting to do a video where I started my first car back into the hobby. And how YouTube's kind of transformed my building.
Oh yeah,
and from the first car to the last car I've done.
Yes, that's a good one.
Actually,
that'd be a great video.
I'm actually working on one of those also.
Oh really? So you're copying me then?
No.
Yes.
No, you're copying me. So
no, you're both copying me because I'm working on one also.
Wait, which one's older? He's older. I'm copying him. No, it was because of there was that challenge question that had gone around recently about. What got you into the hobby? And then I showed the little Jeep that I built, and then a lot of folks were like, "You need to do an update on that. Compare that build compared to what you're doing right now."
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm like, that's actually a really good idea. So.
Yeah, it is.
So I'll get to it sometime next year or whatever.
Yeah, if you would please. Excellent input. I'm gonna hang up on you now.
You should hang up. You should hang up mad.
Yeah, because I will definitely hang up mad, because I am mad. I'm more like mad scientist mad. Not that I'm angry.
Yeah, this is the downfall of cell phones is when you hang up, you.
Yeah, what kind of?
You can't just slam the receiver.
Yeah, they should give you an app that makes them hear.
I'm gonna hang up on you, Matt. First, bye. See ya.
Bye.
Click.
That was uneventful. Now you're watching it right now, Chuck. That was uneventful. Not impressed. All right, well...
Or if you're watching this, Chuck, and you're like, hey, where's my segment at? It's gone. It's on the floor.
Yeah, I cut it right out. Well, you know what?
We had to pay the bills.
Who's done the most... I'm going to actually... Maybe I'm going to say a human being, since you guys both hit some really good points on... I don't know, a thing... Which I 100% agree with. I think that did amazing things for the hobby. The hobby definitely wouldn't be what it is today if it was for that the way it is today.
Right.
It wouldn't be that big. But 25 years. Let me think. How far does 25 years go back? Unfortunately,
it's about 25 years.
The person, he kind of stepped out pre-25 years ago, but his legacy went on. And recently, unfortunately, ended a few years ago with the shutting down of Scale Auto, which I will always call it Scale Auto Enthusiast. I talk about him all the time, and of course this goes longer because it started in the 70s. But I think we wouldn't even have. What YouTuber is calling me right now?
It's probably Tim Brown.
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh no! Chucky just sent a text.
Oh.
It says, "And why do you watch this cra?" He couldn't even put the P on the end. I'm gonna. There, look. There, I shot it. It just went up there. That's what he sent me. So, anyways, I talk about this individual all the time that I truly believe we wouldn't even have the hobby that we are enjoying today if it wasn't for Gary Schmidt.
Ooh, good choice.
Gary Schmidt started Scale Auto Enthusiast magazine in the late 70s, and his whole purpose was to bring it out and show that this was an adult activity, and it was all about serious adult model building. Not bagging the kids. I mean, kids build the model and all this stuff, but it was about the adults and what they did, because at that point in time there were a lot of adults building,
at
and
the same
they were
time,
really
though,
going.
At the same time, though, as a kid in the 80s, you could go into any hobby shop when they had those and pick up that copy of Fine Scale Auto, or whatever it's called, Enthusiast.
Yeah, no,
Gone.
I will not cut that out.
But you pick up that magazine, and as a kid, you look through that, and you could be like, you could be inspired as all hell.
Oh yeah,
because of what these adults are doing.
Oh yeah, I saw so many kids come in because of that, and stay with it, or eventually one day pop back in.
Right. And at that time, as a kid, it was like, okay, I'm not doing this well. I'll step back, get re-inspired by getting the magazines again.
Yeah.
Step back in again. Okay, now my level's a little bit better. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm doing this now. My interests lie there. Okay, great. So and then like the next month they'll have a magazine with that'll cover lowriders, hot rods,
definitely,
dragsters, NASCARs, whatever. And it was like, if you had a subscription, all you had to do was wait. It was going to show up in your mailbox, and it was going to be something that you wanted to read about.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just it really I just did everything for the hobby. I just don't really think that it would have. I mean, that magazine influenced everything. It got more adults into it. It did, like what you said, it did help the kids out too, because it showed that like a lot of the kids that it would help our kids, they're getting older, and then they realize, well, this is not just a toy.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is an art form.
This is an art form. It's an artistic outlet. Now, if I had to pick somebody that I actually know personally, that I feel has done something, done great things for the hobby in the last 25 years, Mark Batson.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
He used to, because it's tattooed on my arm. Because he used to write for those magazines and stuff, and he's been promoting the hobby for most of his life.
Not just promoting the hobby, but this dude does it with such enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. I mean, it's just like not taken away from anybody else, but I got to agree with you with Mark. He's just it's his enthusiasm and his personality, how he's doing it. I love his little slant with a little comedy in it and all that stuff.
You know how those ideas float by your head? Well, I just reached out and grabbed one.
Yeah, I just did that. I just took another one of your clips, Mark. We talked about that the other. He loves how I go. Are you going to be like sending me a cease and desist letter, Mark?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
He said he's going to make new ones just so I have more
awesome.
fodder.
Oh yeah, another one of those persons I wish we lived closer. We can just hang out.
Oh my goodness, yes, definitely. All right. Well, all gushy aside, let's get into. We got two more to cover, which would be 15. We didn't cover Hall of Fame, but I didn't think we need to.
No, I don't think we need to.
Because we kind of covered that. So, 15 cars that haven't come out in styrene, but need to.
Yeah. Well, I said the
15
Tucker.
cars. Well, I don't know if we can do 15. That's a tough one.
So
let's do 15. What the heck? And I want to, down there, guys.
Corvette Summer.
Okay, that's
all right. That just leaves 75 left to go.
Okay, so I said basically the 73. Let's cut it down. 73 to 77, I think it would be, or 76 or 77. Okay. Malibus, whether it be.
That's how Malibu's spelled now.
As far as we're concerned. Let's see. Where, who?
Okay, so these have been out in the past, but they're like gold now if you can find them at a show. The 67s through 72s.
I agree with you, and a lot of people agree with you. Even though like they've kind of like popped them out here and then, but they did always the 70s ones.
Right.
But there was a little bit of a difference in 67, 68, which is very, very sought after, where the whole front was a little different, the hood.
Right, because you had like the little bump out nose, and then you had the flat the flat nose.
Which I'm going to be coming out with a resin.
That's right.
But I don't have a problem with tipping away from that if the model manufacturers would come out with it. I'd rather have a styrene version. Even though it would
nicely done.
It would take money out of my pocket.
60, 67 through 72 pickup. Whoops. Number 5.
Wow, let's think. How about? I got a million of them in my head, and I can't think
I know,
now.
Right?
Now I'm
you got a million
that's almost one that we got to sit there and like really.
Yeah, we'll have to come back to that.
We're going to come back with that. In the meantime, put what you think down there or over on our Facebook group, the Model Car Guys on YouTube. Yes, you can go there. You can give us suggestions or put down what you think are model car kits that should be put out.
Right. Yeah, and maybe a version. Maybe it's an existing kit, but just a different version of it too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I know one that will be that's very, very wanted because I make a conversion kit that I'm having an issue with still. That I can't make enough of them. I cannot make enough of them. Is the mid-70s big bumpered Camaros.
Oh yes.
If they were to come out with a new, freshly tooled model of that, would be wonderful.
Yeah. I just think it's kind of sad that. I mean, this is the hindsight thing going on here.
Yeah,
but you got a lot of tooling has been modified or changed, so so it can be that year's annual or vice versa.
Which was very, very common back then.
And but speaking from hindsight, it's like you got to save a few bucks here and there when you're doing something like that, especially when it comes to tooling.
Right.
So, modifying a tooling, but that also means you're no longer ever going to produce this other vehicle again.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why they're not going to just punch that out. Like everybody says, come on, Round 2's constantly putting out old kits all the time. And I'm saying that in a great thing. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people get mad about that, which I think is fantastic. They keep reissuing kits, but there's some kits that they're never going to be able to reissue because, like I have heard the rumor that it'll probably be just the 81 version, 81 version of the Z28 from MPC.
Oh.
Okay. And if they bring that out, and I heard a lot of people say, well, why don't you bring the 75? Well, that 81, and why I say it's the 81 with the slight changes, you probably won't see the 78, 79, which they're very similar.
Because they'd have to backdate it.
They always change the tooling or retool stuff. And that thing originated to all the way to 70.
Well, didn't MPC do something with like the Mustang 2 where they retooled the chassis to make the firefighter?
Yes, we covered that once. Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't think you'll ever see.
Right.
You'll never see that. The only thing they did one time reissue the firefighter, but I don't think you'll ever see, without a complete retooling.
The thing is that there's a lot of people out there that like Mustang 2s.
Yeah.
And they do have a good style. They have a good design.
I've always liked them. There's always been this hate.
In the world of where things stack up, they're at the bottom of the pyramid, because of the economy and the problems that they had, all that jazz. Mm-hmm. Vegas are right up there with them, and the Chevy Chevette.
Yeah.
Sorry, little guy.
Yep. Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, but I always thought it was cool that Vegas had, especially the wagons, they had this really kick-ass style to them.
Yeah, they did. I would love to see
and
a wagon.
And they had
that
those
was
little
so cool.
air vents on the back corner panels.
What did they call that?
And my dad told me, he's like, it looks like it was being considered to be designed as a rear-engine air-cooled car.
I wondered that.
Like
it was always interesting about that, but I wonder what the reasoning for those vents in the back were.
Right.
Who heck knows? But it was a cool-looking car, made really cool drag cars.
Oh, yeah, because you could stuff a mighty motor in there and just...
Yeah, they were very cool.
Just tear up those rear ends.
Yeah, I can't remember. There was a name they called those things. A cabriolet, or I can't remember. Something with a C.
Cabriolet was...
yeah, well, put it down there.
I could look
Pinky,
it up. That's Pinky drinking right there.
We're running low on time. So
10 more minutes of tacos.
Tools, or why there's no knives and paintbrushes for those that are left-handed. Well,
the paintbrush thing has to be a joke.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Even like X-Acto knife. Are you pulling our leg there, Deuce Coop? Are you pulling our leg, bud?
Just make sure the blade's the right way down when you press on it with your finger.
Yeah, because I mean, I can't see how it's like those things are just, they're like that pencil. Yeah. That's like, is that a right-handed or left-handed pencil?
The way I write, it looks like a no-handed pencil.
Yeah. So I think you're pulling our leg there, buddy.
On that one, yeah.
Good one. Wow, what a show this has been.
Yes.
And it's so cool that we've been
sitting and actually being together. This is actually pretty damn tame.
Yeah, no kidding.
Except for that swear jar just keeps filling up.
But I tell you, we have been, we definitely. Oh, jeez, and we never used this. I had this. Look at this. Okay, let's start over.
I was going to ask you for a marker or a dry erase marker on there. Oh, you want to start all over again? Welcome to the show. We have untold hours of entertainment for you, and a possible call from Chuck.
Oh, look how you... Yeah, let's shoot the beginning.
Want to shoot the beginning?
We could shoot the beginning.
Okay. Let me have that.
But I don't have the...
This is right-handed, unfortunately.
It's a common marker.
It's a common marker. Yeah, it's for marking commons.
All right. All right, there. Now...
That's Luka C.
That's BG.
And we are...
The Model Car Guys.
On the YouTubes. All right, you're
you know what?
And put it at the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
All right, cool.
Okay. Well, anyways,
where's my chocolate milk? He was supposed to come back with that hours ago.
I know, man. What the heck? Well, you know what? Instead of chocolate milk, how about tacos?
Tacos
go to Taco Bell?
Sounds amazing. Yes.
We could do Taco Bell, and then Andy's.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is. Come here.
So we've been getting shared knowledge that Andy had gotten in some car kits.
Oh, yeah.
Some Fujimis.
Some Fujimis and Tamiyas.
Yeah.
You're coming up the wrong way. Okay, come here. I promised him he could get in the show today. And say hi to everybody. Look over there and say hi.
That's you, the little guy. Yeah, your hair is awesome. Yeah, nice job.
Yep, awesome. You look great. You got your blippy. So, yes, he got some really cool model kits.
Yeah, a couple of friends
sent me them. You have to walk in.
You have to walk in because he's not doing online sales.
Not with those.
And a couple of friends had sent me a picture saying, "Hey, by the way, look at what Andy has." And then later that day, Mrs. BG comes out of the back of the house. She's like, "By the way, look what Andy has at his shop." And she hands me the phone. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I saw that earlier today." She goes, "Cool." And she's waiting for it. I'm like, I think I have all those. She goes, "Oh, okay, great." She's like,
all right, but I'm gonna put you down. And thanks for. I guess he's not having it.
Not having it?
No, he's got to come here. So I guess you're gonna go with me. You want to go to Andy's?
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
One of these days, he's going to actually be able to get a Gatorade out of there without having to pay for it.
Yeah, right. He's
been trying.
He got. You know what he did get the last time we went? A hand. Whoa! Whoa! He did get a handful of gumballs. Andy gave him because he loves the gumball machine.
He got a handful of gumballs?
Handful. So Andy went in there because, after all, he knows the owner of the place.
Yeah.
And Andy went in there and opened it up and took like 5 or 6 gumballs, which, you know where those gumballs are at right now?
In your room?
Car.
In your car.
I left them in the car. Oh, my goodness. Yes.
You need somebody to ride with you, so when you make a right turn, you can just grab those as they come by.
Woo. All right. Well, hey, man, this was fun. This was a lot of fun.
I agree.
Okay.
We should do this more often.
Yes, we should. We will.
You know, we should actually do a show based on doing this thing. That's recording, right?
It is recorded.
Okay, good.
That's something to think about.
Yeah.
I don't know what you meant, but okay. Well, want to go to Andy's?
Let's go to Andy's. Here's the producers. I'm still...
You can't get out of the shot! I had plenty of room.
still
Yeah, kind of.
I could. That maneuver just undid the last 2 days of physical therapy. Discovering that doing this before tacos is always quieter than doing it after tacos. I'm not sure how sensitive that microphone is, but wow.